Welcome to the One of 32 podcast. I am your host. Don's sitting here watching the fourth quarter as the minutes fade away. 2 minutes, 35 seconds, 3rd and 1. The New York Giants are up 34-17 against your Philadelphia Eagles. Chris, say hello to the people.
This is how bad it's got, Dons. The game is on, and we're recording. This is embarrassing.
A disaster.
It's embarrassing.
Disaster.
Yeah. This is probably one of the worst feelings after a game I've had in, I would say, maybe 2-3 years. Maybe since the Tampa Bay playoff loss. I haven't felt this bad.
Yeah. You ever hear Double Dare?
No.
Talk about double loss week for us as Philadelphia Eagles fans. What am I going to do? I am going to lose my head. And they just got the first down. We're probably not even going to go on offense again. This is horrible. So, Christopher, if you can remember, last time we recorded, I predicted a Giants win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, a lot of things happened in this game that caused this loss, this major failure of a loss. But a big thing we started last week with was injuries. And what more than having Quinyon Mitchell go out very early in this game? How do you feel like him being out of the defense affected the course of this game?
Well, if you watch the game, Keely Ringo was a constant on the screen. Mm-hmm. And I think Quinyon being out had something to do with that, although they were picking on Keely early in the game, too. One thing you didn't mention, Don's, Jalen Carter was ruled out. It felt to me like all of a sudden. I know he was injured last week with the shoulder, but apparently it was his heel. So,
yeah,
a very surprising.
Injuries.
Yeah, we knew Dickerson was going to be out, but to have Carter out, to lose Quinyon, the defense certainly was affected. Similar to the Dallas game. Early on when we lost Jalen, the defense wasn't good. The Cowboys went right down the field. Now, we did shut them out in the second half and adjust. This game, not so much.
Yeah, so I think Quinyon Mitchell going out actually helped the defense a little bit, and let me tell you why. Keely Ringo was getting abused every single offensive possession that he was out there. With Adoree Jackson now coming in and Q coming out, I think it actually forced the Giants to spread the offense out, and they kind of fought a little bit harder for first downs after Q went out. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, actually.
And I don't understand how this performance can be so disappointing and shocking at the same time. So many times that we had some light and we felt like we were actually fighting back and crawling out of the deficit. And what bad teams do are fall apart when things start going well. They can't close, right? You're not a closer, not a closer. ABC, always be closing. And your boys are leaving the door open. How do you think we're responding to this type of adversity, and why do you feel like we're struggling to get to the finish line this game?
The Eagles are way more talented than this Giants team. The Giants are missing two of their star receiver, and the guy they paid the most money to, other than the guys on defense, which would be Darius Slayton. So two of their weapons are out. They've got a rookie quarterback in his third start, a rookie running back, and they just embarrassed the Eagles from start to finish. Now, should we talk about offense? Should we talk about defense? Where do we begin?
Well, like I mentioned to you before we get there, I actually think the Giants having their starters out might be good for them because their starters aren't that good, and it seems like their backup players are performing a lot better than what the starters have been, especially against that terrible game against the Saints they had this week. To bounce back, to be given finally an opportunity to play, I think they really capitalized on everything that the Eagles gave them, and honestly, the Eagles gave them a lot. So let's start with the defense and talk about how Jackson Dart dissected this Philadelphia Eagles secondary.
Couldn't have been more impressed with this kid. He's got it, Dons. He's mobile. He buys time. He's got the arm. There was a couple plays where he stood in the pocket and took a hit and delivered the throw exactly where it needed to be, especially on third down. I mean, even at times there was a spy on him, and he would still run around, buy time, and either run and get the first down or make a throw when needed. Initially, the Giants' run game was not that great. They had a drive where they did go down the field on us. The defense, I felt, was up and down in the first half. But overall, 34 points for the Giants to score 34. They did put up a good amount of points against the Cowboys, I believe, in week 2. So the Giants are capable of it, but that was with Russell Wilson.
Call timeout. 30 seconds left. Call timeout.
I know. Look at this. 34-17.
What the hell are you smiling about, Jahad Campbell? I hate you. Thank God N'Kobe Dean's coming back.
Damn.
I know. I can't believe another loss. I honestly, I'm going to start crying.
This is bad. All right, so, Tons, tell me what you felt watching the game. Tell me about the defense. Give me your ups, downs. Talk to me about the defense.
The defense, we have to start with somebody that's not even on the field. Howie Roseman did a terrible job in the secondary this season, and we need to address it. Letting Slay go, even though he has the most thrown against yards this year, I don't care. It's better than what the hell we're seeing. Letting Isaiah Rodgers go when we had a true CB1 in the building, and letting Quinyon be that number 2 for another season would have been a huge advantage for this team. We are suffering greatly from a deficiency of talent as corners, in our secondary, and at the edge rushing position, that we need to point the fingers at Howie Roseman, and we have to see if this man is going to make some acquisitions, because we need help, and the people that are helping are not on this roster. And I think before we started the season, I mentioned I don't think our CB2 is even on our roster. I think they're out there somewhere floating, waiting for Howie to pick up the phone.
Yeah, we did joke or talk about, hey, let's make this trade, make that trade, but I'm sure Howie watched this game and said, this is not good enough. He made the Zadarius Smith trade within days of another game, so he's not one to shy away from making a move. But I don't know if anything impressed me about the defense tonight. We didn't get a lot of pressure.
No.
Secondary wasn't good. Tackling was an issue for most of the game.
Ty Robinson had some good plays and some good snaps. I thought that was actually something to shine some light on. He's somebody that can help us down the road, and if we figure some things out, I still think we could be a good defense. I still think we can be a good team, but this A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts turmoil, I mean, it's not going to get any prettier after this game. That interception that he threw with Jahan Dotson on that out route, A.J. Brown was wide open in the end zone. I don't understand how you don't get him the ball. I know they were sending the blitz. You want to say that's not where the read is? Well, why is your read not automatically either Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown? It makes no sense. Or even Dallas Goedert, who killed it this game.
As we transition to the offense, Dons, I said it to you when it happened.
There is nothing on defense to be good about, to be happy about. You're right.
I said, Dons, Jalen Hurts cost us this game, and he also cost us 10 points at least. So not only the interception where the ball needs to be outside or away, either Smitty can catch it or nobody can. That was not good placement.
No, and so many times he drops the ball in these buckets, and if he had a more zip to the ball and led his receivers, I feel like some of these long catches would be touchdowns this week. And it's not the first time that we see Jalen throw that type of ball. I just don't understand why we haven't developed this skill set yet to be able to kind of lead on a rope and not always rainbow your throws.
Before the first half was over, Dons, there was a situation where the Eagles were driving down the field. About a minute left. They had no timeouts. They did dink and dunk their way down the field. It was a nice run on first down by Saquon for 17. They got the drive going. We're near field goal range. Jalen Hurts knows the situation. He's not a rookie anymore. He's won a Super Bowl, and he talked about the confidence that he has, and he screwed that up, sliding, costing us potentially 3 points. Then we transition to the Smitty deep ball, where Smitty is butt naked, wide open. Somebody obviously missed the coverage, and Jalen Hurts did overthrow him. We discussed briefly, it looked like Smitty kind of slowed up a little bit, but overall, a bad throw by Jalen.
Yeah, and I can't crucify him for that because every quarterback misses open throws, but he did definitely miss that ball, man, and Jalen usually hits those wide open throws. So a little disappointing, bad performance. I still think that the turmoil going inside the offensive locker room is what's causing a lot of these issues. And Kevin Petula, yet again, not really impressed with your performance. Again, we get into the pistol formation, and what you tell me, it was like a 80% we're going to run when we get into pistol. Mm-hmm. So why do you think that the defense always checks into an 8-9 man box when you're in pistol? Because you never throw. Dude, throw out of that formation. It's so simple. You throw out of that formation, you're going to catch everybody off guard. You're going to have people on man-on-man coverage and single high safety, and that's a winning situation for us. Kevin Petullo is again leaving me wanting more on this field. It's not like our offense was completely dormant and we didn't do anything good this game, because we definitely moved the ball down the field, and where we were excelling earlier in the year in the red zone, we're now struggling. And in this game, we consistently got down the field, and AJ Dillon, my boy, fumbling at the end, really blowing this game. That was it. His fumble completely killed the game. Not that it's his sole fault that we lost, but it did kill our chances to try to come back. And then we got, obviously, Jalen Hurts with the interception. Bad interception. A lead, what was that, like a 80-yard return on it?
To me, that was the game-changing play downs. Because
1,000%.
We had momentum. We're driving. We're trying to cut it to a one-score lead. We're in the near red zone, and Jalen makes a terrible decision. Not only was A.J. Brown wide open, but just the ball placement overall. So not only decision-making, but poor ball placement. So, again, the Eagles didn't play good today. If we're divvying up the decision, the blame pie, Jalen Hurts is about 60%, if you ask me, and the defense is 40%. At least, from the big piece.
Offensive line played horribly as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had some consistencies kind of, but again, Jordan Mailata not having a good season, getting burned off the line again. I know this Giants D-line has a phenomenal amount of talent in front of them. I know. But you're supposed to be one of the best left tackles in the league, and you have been far from it. And this started last year. Last year, your performance went down too. And sometimes, you get the bag, you get the money, you become a little less hungry. You have Tough filling in for Lane Dickerson. He did okay so many times again, and I keep telling you guys, Tyler Steen just light in the pants. The guy's not that strong. He was solely responsible for so many of these run plays not working out. I saw in one play, went down to trap and kick out the end, and he hit the end, and Tyler Steen collapsed to the ground, and the end crashed in and made the play on Saquon Barkley. A lot of the times, the backside D tackle crossing his face and getting pressure right into the backfield. Saquon having no head of steam to work with. I just don't understand how we let Mekhi Becton go out the building, how we let Isaiah Rodgers go out the building, and how we don't have a better backup plan for some of these offensive linemen when we've been known to be the team to value line. And you just settled for the guys that were here on your roster and made literally no improvements. Who on this offensive line is new?
Nobody, but what Don's in regards to the Giants defense, they're one of the worst run defenses. So we're talking about the offensive line. We should have been able to run the ball against this team. Our inability to shows exactly that. The offensive line and the run game is struggling. Not just Kevin Petullo, this offense overall, yes, but the run game has not been good. That was the strength of the Eagles last year.
But again,
when
we have
couldn't
bad
throw
guards.
the ball, we ran the ball.
We have bad guards right now, and that's what I'm talking about. Tyler Steen and freaking Tope on the other side just playing awfully. And honestly, when's the last time you've heard Cam Jurgens' name? What is he doing? Before last year, all we heard is, "Oh my God, look at how explosive Ken Jurgens is! Look at him going downfield, getting 2-3 blocks on one play." We're not seeing any of that. So a lot of people talk about the abuse that Saquon Barkley had last year, but it looks like our offensive line is the one that's actually struggling to be in tip-top shape for this season.
We've got Kevin Patullo problems. We've got run game problems. We've got offensive line problems. We can't get the ball to the playmakers. They're unhappy problems. Dons, this offense overall has been ugly. Reminds me of 2023.
This is what I'm talking about, though. Jalen Hurts, 24 of 33, 283 passing yards, a touchdown, interception, 13 yards rushing. Why is Jalen Hurts throwing the ball 33 times a game? I know we were playing from behind, but you can tell that the game plan was to have Jalen throw 33 times a game. Why are we doing that?
I think we just talked about it, Dons. I think maybe we know we can't run the ball right now. We're not effective running the ball, maybe.
But I don't also think... Here's my thing. We're running the ball out of the wrong formations, and it's been proven time and time again when we're not in that stupid pistol and we put in Fred freaking Johnson to come in and seal up the edge, and then we get a 16-yard gain, and then we never go back to that formation ever again. Why are we running out of pistol when time and time and time again it hasn't worked? Why are we continuing to do these outside zones when time and time again it doesn't work? Every time we have a head up, straight up, just hand the ball off, let Saquon get a head of steam from the backfield, and let Jalen be under center. Every time we run that way, we get positive yards. But then we go into the spread offense and then decide to run, and it's so obvious that even in spread, you still get a safety drop down into the box and have 9 people in the box when you're in the spread. Why would you run against those numbers? It just doesn't make sense. So this is more, I think, of offensive game plan and offensive play calling more than it is that our O-line is atrocious, because they're not the best and they're not playing great, but they're also being put in disadvantageous situations and not being, given the opportunity to succeed, if you catch my drift.
The two concerns in the offseason for the Eagles potentially were what? The defense, losing 7 starters, not being itself, and Kevin Patullo, new offensive coordinator. We're 5 games into the season, and what are the biggest problems for the team? Kevin Patullo on the play calling and the offensive coordinator, and the defense.
Luckily, the Eagles are sitting here at 4-2. It's not like we have a losing record. We still are on top of the division. Maybe not for long. We'll see after this weekend if we're going to be tied with the Commanders or something like that.
Monday night against the Bears. Caleb versus Daniels.
Oh, boy. So we're going to be tied with the Commanders for the lead of the NFC East.
No.
But we still control our own destiny, and that's what's important to remember here. Now, can the team set aside their differences and turn things around and become that great Philadelphia offense that we've been able to see before, that great Philadelphia defense that can come together and hold defenses from scoring and hold people to 3 points? Can we do that? Time will tell. I still believe in this team, but right now it just looks like everybody's so desperate to make a play that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing on offense. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing on defense. So many times I see Zach Bond looking to just explode out and make this great, amazing, aggressive play, and he's whiffing. Right? Because he's not playing smart ball. He's playing desperate ball. And I need Zach Bowen to play with confidence, not with desperation. And there's a big difference there. And I think the last 2 weeks you've been seeing Zach Bowen play like a guy who's desperately trying to make a play.
Not only are we not playing well overall, Dons, now we're injured.
And that's something that we were mentioning earlier. And are we going to come out of MetLife injury-free and automatically, right from the get-go, hamstring injury right away? Right away. It's just that field, godforsaken field, is killing people on the field, literally. It's a nightmare, but we really do need to get healthy. It really does matter to be able to have all your ones out there as much as you possibly can.
You know what else, Dons? This is a rare thing. I mean, it does happen in division sometimes, but this is a team we're going to see in 14 days or 13 days. We play the Vikings, and then immediately we play the Giants again. So talk about a quick turnaround. Vikings, we're probably going to play Carson Wentz from what I'm hearing. They're not going to rush McCarthy back. It could be Carson Wentz revenge game, and then back against the Giants in Philadelphia. Talk about a rough 3 weeks.
Everybody wants to give the champs their best shot, and every week so far for 5 weeks straight, teams have been giving us their best shot. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 weeks straight, they've been giving us our best shots, and the Eagles haven't necessarily been stepping up to the plate to take that on in a good way.
The sky isn't falling, but
yeah,
I don't.
We need
like
some
I
vets
said,
on this team.
What's up?
We need some vets on this team. We need people that actually know how to be professionals and not have talent and potential. We have too much they can be great instead of they are good on this team.
Despite the Eagles not playing well, we can't forget Landon Dickerson, Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell didn't play tonight. So the offense, no excuses. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't make anything happen. Defense losing 2 starters, 2 big parts of the defense. It really showed how shallow this defense is, Dons.
It's going to be a much harder season than I thought.
Look at these 2.
I know. I hate them.
Jackson Dart
Dart
and Cam Scatterbo sitting at the desk.
I was so pumped to see Russell
their
Wilson
uniforms.
come in.
Yeah, we thought for a minute Russell was going to come in, incomplete pass, punt. We're like, here we go. The birds are back. And then Jackson Dart came back. And, boy, I'll tell you, if you're a Giants fan, Dons, I'll be a Giants fan for about 30 seconds. Goddamn, do I feel good. Goddamn, do I feel good.
No.
Beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
We have a quarterback, it looks like. I know it's early, and he's made some mistakes.
It's gross that you like the Giants.
But, dude,
It's gross.
we have a running back. There was a sign they had up tonight. Who needs Saquon? We've got Scatterbo. This guy runs hard. He's a lot of fun to watch. Never mind when they get Neighbors back next year. This defensive line is scary. I mean, all right, that's the end of that. Back to being the Birds.
All right, why don't you freaking slobber on their glizzies a little bit more? Gross,
Bro, they just
dude. Is this
smoked
the
us.
Eagles podcast or
They
is this
just
the Giants
embarrassed
podcast?
us. They just embarrassed us.
They did.
They embarrassed us, man.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, honestly.
Do you think
Who
Quinyon
are
didn't
even
come
the
back
wide
in?
receivers? Huh?
Do you think Quinyon didn't come back in partially because of the field? They're like, you know what, dude, at this point, we don't want to risk it. Why don't you just wait, stay off?
No, I think he was actually hurt. I think in football you don't usually do that.
So now we have 10 days to get ready for the Vikings. So the only good thing about Thursday is now we have a lot of time, which is, I guess, not a good thing. Because when it comes to the media and the Philadelphia media and the national media,
This is the worst.
the buzzards are coming, Dons. They're already circling. The vultures are circling already for tomorrow morning. What are the headlines going to be? What's wrong with Philadelphia? What's wrong with Jalen Hurts?
Oh, yo, this dude, I have been trying to talk to Brandon for weeks,
And all
for
of a
months
sudden-
actually,
Yep.
months. And who comes out of the woodwork? You're so mad right now, laugh face. Brandon, I hate you. Shut up. I hate you. You're stupid. Freaking
What's that
jerk.
meme? It's like my phone when, either someone passes away or something good happens, nobody hits you up. As soon as the Birds lose, everybody and their brother is hitting you up. What's up, Brandon?
Is the worst.
Unreal.
We suck. What are we
Well-
going to do? What do you think the Eagles can do to turn this around?
So much for the meeting, huh? It didn't really do anything. So
No,
much
it
for the
didn't.
meeting.
I told you, dude. You can't recreate what has already occurred. You can't do it.
Well, like yourself, Dons, I'm not giving up on the team.
No,
But
I'm
it
not.
does seem eerily similar to 2023 where,
See,
yeah, we were winning games,
yeah,
but there's something underneath the surface that's not okay. There's waves. Something's going on. Not
there's
just
more
Patullo.
than waves, bro. We're in a motherfucking riptide.
Yeah,
This is a
well.
disaster. We're on the Richter scale over here. How we shaking. AJ Brown's attitude and negativity has, I think, infected this locker room, and this is why you're getting performances like this. We're doing things that bad team do. We're doing bad time management at the beginning, at the end of the first half, where Jalen Hurts doesn't get the first down, and then we can't run the last play. We have just stupid penalties putting us behind the sticks and giving free first downs all game long to the Giants. We have players out of position. We have players not understanding who they're covering on man coverage when they're in the trips formations. We have people playing on their heels. We're just playing the way bad football teams do. And we talk about turnovers a lot, right? And saying we can't depend on turnovers. And I always say, yeah, dude, I hear you. But if it happens time and time again, week in, week out, 1-2 turnovers a game, well, that is something that's happened habitually. That's consistent. You can rely on that. And right now, what we can rely is on the Eagles not making the right football play, and it's depressing, and that's contagious, and we keep seeing it week in and week out, and that means it's not a coincidence we're not a good team right now.
We got a lot of work to do, Dons, and we've got 10 days to do it. So, I mean, this Vikings team, Brian Flores is known for mixing up his blitzes, confusing quarterbacks, zones. Jalen Hurts in this offensive line better be ready for a dogfight, because Flores is going to be prepared, especially with what we're seeing with this team. We can't run the ball. We can't execute passing plays. There's tension in the locker room. Wouldn't you want to play the Eagles?
Yeah,
I mean,
I would.
I'm sick.
And
really.
Oh, man. I lost it. I was going to say something so profound, but whatever. Must not be that important, I guess.
I'm just sick.
It was good, dude. It was good. It was going to be good. It was going to be like, whoa, dude. But now we have nothing, and quite frankly, neither do the Eagles. Still 4-2, though. So let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, or whatever the saying is. Still got hope. Oh, I know what I was going to say, and this is something else, but Bigsby had enough of them. Goodbye. Get off my roster, please. Goodbye. Why don't we have Covey on the practice squad right now? I'd rather see him out there. But Bigsby, goodbye. No need for you. Your kick return skills are awful. You're always dropping the ball. You're always making bad decisions. You're costing this team. Our special teams outside of Bigsby, which goodbye. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but we're so sold on trying to block a damn punt every single time that we're not giving Dotson any time to actually return the ball. And every time he has to fair catch it, he had one punt return, I think, for like 6 yards, which is fine with me. That's a great return in my eyes. It's +5. But there's nothing going right. So it's hard to highlight like what we're going to do next because we have nothing.
What can we lean on? Who are we offensively?
Where's my mom? Have you seen her?
They're putting on Scatterbo, and I don't want to hear this guy. I don't want to hear these people talking, man. This is embarrassing. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to be able to sleep tonight. Really. It's going to ruin my whole night. It's going to ruin my Friday.
A whole nother work week with an Eagles loss on our plate. Anyways, props to the Giants, I guess.
Yeah.
Kevin Patullo sucks. Nick Sirianni, your team's on fire. You need a smoke detector.
Jalen Hurts needs to do some soul searching.
This was probably this is probably one of Jalen's worst games that I think I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, and by looking at the numbers, you wouldn't say that. But, yes, if you watch the game, yeah.
Yeah. We're, I think, paying attention too much to outside voices. We need to worry about what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do, not how the fans are going to respond to what we're doing. What?
I'm just like, look at these two on TV having the time of their life. Two rookies. We just got beat by two rookies.
Wouldn't you be?
Look at this, dude. Really.
He's on steroids, dude.
This
Scatabo
is what beat us.
Is on steroids. He's on
Cam
steroids.
Scatabo just took his shirt and ripped it like in half. Who used to do that? Which wrestler? Stone Cold?
I don't know. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I rip my shirt off.
Oh, like he ripped it. He didn't rip it off. He ripped it in half.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway.
And Jackson Dart got the crowds chanting, Scatabo, Scatabo.
All right, enough of this. All right, listen.
This is awful.
Thank you for listening to the 132 podcast. Hopefully, we have a bounce back week next week against Minnesota.
Carson Wentz revenge game. We better be ready.
Goodbye, everybody. Please like, subscribe, follow, and as always, thank you for listening.
Go Birds.
Goodbye.
Go Birds. Go Birds. Go Birds. Go Birds.